We're going to get started today, and I'd like to invite you to, if you're not already there, move your yoga mat. So the short edge of the back of the mat is either against a wall, or you can put it against a bed, a chair, a couch, just something so we'll eventually be propping the legs up that you can take that position. So take your time. If you need to kind of move around, transition, feel free to do so, and then we can get started. Alrighty, and whenever you get set up, when you have the mat against the wall, next to a chair, a couch, or bed, or whatever have you, we are going to meet up with our backs against whatever you have the mat against, and then the legs out in front of us. And then we'll just meet up there for a couple moments to dive into our practice today. So take your time, find your posture, and then we'll meet up with our backs pressing against the support behind us and legs extended out on the mat. And once you get to your seated position, gently place the hands on the legs and draw the eyes closed. Take a couple of moments to simply arrive here and now. Begin to feel the breath in your body, noticing every inhale and exhale. Allow your body to begin to relax and soften around the breath. So relax the facial expression, softening the eyes and the jaw. Allow the shoulders to melt down away from the ears. Relax the belly, the back body. Soften the legs all the way to the tips of your toes. Continue to feel the breath ripple in and out as you breathe. Once you're able to establish that connection with the breath, feeling every inhale and exhale, gently peel the eyes open and look towards your toes out in front of you. Begin to continue to feel the breath now, so keep the gaze inwards. Feel the inhales and exhales. Feel free to elongate your breath if you'd like, filling the lungs on every inhale. And on your exhale, completely emptying. We're going to gently transition to a forward fold. So on your next inhale, sit up super tall. If you need to scooch your low back or hips towards the wall so you feel it behind you, feel free to do so. But sit up super tall and then press the knees towards the ground and pull the toes back towards you. On your exhale, walk the hands down alongside the legs. On your next inhale, see if you can pull the heart forward, lengthen the back body, and pause here. Take a breath or two, and notice where you feel the stretch. If the stretch is in the backs of the legs and towards the low back, stay where you're at. If you're starting to feel it up the mid and upper back, then maybe come out of it a bit. We're really going for a nice stretch on the backs of the legs and low back right now. If you want to go a little further and you're feeling open already, you can gently, on an exhale, set those elbows towards the mat. Continue to breathe as you press those knees down, pull the toes back towards you, and draw the heart forward. Relax the jaw, soften the shoulders. We'll take a couple more big breaths. One more full round of breath here. On your next inhale, gently walk the hands back up towards you, and exhale when you get to the top. So we really only have one more posture in class today. We are going to take a very nice, long, relaxing Viparita Karani. So I'd like to invite you to turn so your left hip, or whichever hip is accessible for you, goes against the wall. And we're going to kind of roll on down and kick the feet up. If you're by a chair, a couch, or a bed, you're simply going to roll to your back and then just allow the legs to kind of hang over the chair, the bed, whatever have you. If you are against the wall, on an exhale, you can kind of lower yourself down, spin the hips towards the wall behind you, and kick those feet up. Depending on the amount of flexibility in the backs of your legs, you'll either scooch those hips back and allow the legs to be more on an incline. If you're feeling open, you can scooch those hips closer to the wall and almost have those tippy toes pointing directly up towards the ceiling. But find what works in your body. Again, we're going to be here for a prolonged period of time. So find where it feels comfortable, because over time, the legs are going to become more and more stretched to be opened a little bit deeper. Hands can be by your sides, they can be on the belly, wherever it feels comfortable for you, maybe even one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. And then I'd like to invite you to gently draw your eyes closed because we're going to relax in this posture. Begin to find your way back to the breath in the body if the mind has trailed off elsewhere. Feel the gentle ripple of every inhale and exhale along the front of your body. Gently allow your awareness to travel all the way to the tips of your toes. Notice what they feel like. Maybe you even give your toes just a gentle wiggle to really feel the tips of the toes and the toes moving. Eventually allow them to relax completely. Bring your mind's eye, your awareness to the bottom of the feet. So the arches, the balls of the toes, and the heels. Can you relax the bottom of your feet, just allowing them to get a little bit softer? Allow your awareness to travel to the tops of the feet now. Soften into the feet. Relax them completely and allow the wall, the chair, whatever you have them propped up against to simply hold their weight. Relax the ankles. If you even want to kind of windshield wiper the feet side to side, you can. Allow the ankles to soften and relax. Begin to relax the calf muscles, so the muscles on the backs of your lower legs. Allow them to soften, relax as the legs fall towards the wall. Relax the fronts of your lower legs, the shin bones. Allow them to soften. Soften the kneecaps and the backs of the knees. Relax the thighs and the hamstrings, so the fronts and the backs of the upper legs. Relax, 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 and you may even feel just that subtle shift of the leg bones kind of coming back towards the hip sockets. Relax the glutes, the hip points, the pelvic region. And begin to soften the area around your belly. Relax the low back. Soften the rib cage in the middle of your back. Relax the chest and soften the upper back and shoulder blades. Soften the upper arms and relax the elbows. Soften the lower arms and the wrists. Relax the hands and the fingers. Soften the back of your neck, the sides and the front. Allow the throat to open. Relax your jaw. Soften the lips and the teeth. And gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Soften your nose. Relax the cheekbones. Soften the eyes, allowing them to sink back towards the skull. Relax the eyebrows, the space between them, and the temples. Allow your forehead to soften. And relax the back of your head, allowing it to just gently press towards the ground beneath you. Relax the scalp, the ears, and open up the crown of your head, softening the top of your head. Imagine that there is simply an empty space or void in your head. So no brain, nothing in there. Just imagine a beautiful, spacious area. Maybe it's even full of a color light that you choose. Imagine the inhales and exhales simply filling up and emptying this space, this cavity within your head. Begin to feel the breath in the body yet again. At this point, you may notice the toes, the feet, the legs possibly feeling a little bit different. They might not. Continue to relax the lower half of your body. Again, it's okay if you're feeling a little tingliness or a light kind of cool feeling in the toes, the feet. Continue to simply breathe deeply. If you need to move around to find a more comfortable space, feel free to do so. As we're here, we're allowing for renewed energy circulation within the body. Most of the day, we either spend our physical body being upright, so our head above our hips, above our feet, so gravity's pulling the blood down towards the feet and the ankles. Or we lay horizontally, so everything's in one plane. Rarely do we have the feet elevated above the hips and above the head. So when we do so, we allow for the blood to essentially come back down towards those vital organs in the core. And when we eventually release out of this posture, new energy flow begins to circulate. So allow yourself to simply melt into this posture, to feel what's going on and accept the feeling. As long as it feels pleasant, stay where you're at. And if at any point you want to come out of this feeling, this posture, feel free to do so. Send the inhales to the tippy toes and exhale from the toes as well. Imagining with every breath that you bring in new energy. And on the exhales, you release that which no longer serves you. Continue to breathe deeply here, and we'll pause to simply soak in the goodness of Viparita Karani for a couple more moments. Whenever your mind begins to drift away, notice where it goes. And simply bring yourself back to feeling the breath in the body. Allow yourself to just enjoy this position and to be here in your body in this shape. Continue to feel the inhales and exhales, breathing deeply. Continue to be with any sensations you're noticing in the feet or the legs, and send your breath to and through it. We'll stay in this posture for a few more big breaths. Breathe deeply. If you'd like to stay in Viparita Karani a little bit longer, feel free to do so. If you're ready to begin to find your way out, we're going to move very slowly and in stages so we don't get any sort of head rush or imbalances in the body. So if you'd like to begin to move with me, begin to bend the knees and place the feet flat on the wall. So we're going to introduce a bend almost towards 90 degrees in the knees, just allowing the feet to slowly make their way down the wall. You can take a peek at the screen if that doesn't make sense, but we're going to pause here essentially with the feet flat on the wall and the knees bent. Again, we're slowly transitioning out of this because we've really flipped the circulation in the body, so we want to make sure that we feel good when we come on out. Breathe deeply, notice anything that's going on within or potentially even around you. Breathe all the way to the tippy toes, in and out. If you'd like to stay here a little longer and you really feel like you need some more time for the body to neutralize, please stay as long as you need. Listen to your body. If you feel ready, our next step is simply going to be to roll over to one side and rest in a fetal position. So take your time, only move when you're ready, but if you want to move towards your side, essentially you're just going to let your body kind of slowly roll over to one side and rest on your side body. Again, take your time. We're going to pause here again just to allow the body to neutralize now that the legs are in the same plane as the upper half of the body. So continue to breathe deeply and feel the breath in your body. Relax the jaw, soften the face and shoulders. And again, if you feel like you need more time resting on your side and you're not quite ready to lift the head up above the hips, then stay where you're at for as long as you need. If you are ready to lift on up, then very slowly on an inhale, begin to press yourself up towards seated. And then we'll find a comfy seat. Again, feel free to move at your own pace and in your own way. If you're ready to make your way to your comfortable seat, you can do so with your back against the wall. Maybe you just sit in the center of the room. We'll pause with the eyes closed, palms touching at heart center. And again, we're just going to pause here for a little bit, allow the body to neutralize, to notice what's going on. So keep your deep breaths and simply feel the body. Gently begin to simply observe how you feel, noticing the mind, the body, maybe even observing the feet, the legs, if they feel any different than usual or the same. And even checking in with your emotional well-being. Gently give yourself a smile. Really thank yourself for showing up here this evening and for dedicating your time to your health, your life, and your yoga practice. Thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful energy with me here tonight. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.